St. Louis first forecast.
Lots of sunshine today in St. Louis, but hey, there's snow on the ground and it's still cold. 20 degrees was our high today in St. Louis. Incredibly below our average like we have been all winter. I mean, come on, it's been below average all winter. We can't just catch a break. We have a break coming up, though, with a warm-up in the future, 40s and possibly 50s and possibly even 60s as we head through a week next week, and we'll talk about that in just a second. This is Chief Forecast Network here for your video forecast. February 11th, 2014. Current temps across the bi-state area, 18 in St. Louis, 13 in Collinsville, 16 down in Rolla, and we got 18 all the way up in Edwardsville. So teams across the bi-state area will dominate through the night. Not much of a drop-off. We're looking at about 9 degrees below tonight or so before we kind of see that warm up again on tomorrow's forecast. Now, tomorrow's not going to be 60s, but it is going to be a tad bit warmer, so that's always a good thing, all right? North, right now, we're going to go to our right now forecast in St. Louis. Right now, the current temperature is 18 degrees with a northeast wind approaching at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The humidity will do it at 49%, and the humidity will do it at exactly 30.59, and it is steady. So, 18 degrees, right? You know, it's not the warmest, but hey, it's better than those negative temperatures we experienced. God, in the beginning of January, we had like a solid negative temperature stretch for 2 days when we had hashtag SnowMegadon. That's always all said and done, though. All right, let's go to our weather headlines right now. Weather headlines looking pretty good. Our next and last chance for snow. This isn't the last chance of the winter by any means, but it's going to be our last chance for snow for quite a while. That's going to be on Friday. As a weak Clipper system moves through our region, we can expect maybe a few rain and snow showers Friday early morning until about Friday afternoon. Not looking at any significant accumulations with this. We could pick up at about an inch of snow. More to the south I'm looking at, but St. Louis, like I said, could pick up a few snow showers on Friday, but nothing significant in our future for any storms. Then here comes that significant warm-up I'm telling you guys about. This significant warm-up, all right, it's next week. It's not this week. We're going to gradually kind of ease into it, but next week, that's that warm-up. Then when I'm talking about warm-up next week, the warmest king for next week, 40s and 50s dominate next week. We can even see a few 60s by late week next week as we get that drier and warm air and that high pressure sticks in place in St. Louis. Well, we're going to kind of explain what our current pattern is. All right, so right now, here's our current pattern, all right? Now, here's what's happening. All right, you see the cold up here, and you see the warm down here. You got nice Texas and New Mexico, and Florida, and Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. They're all enjoying the warm air, and they're just, you know, hanging crystal clear while everyone's like, oh, I'm so cold. Watch what happens, though. This winter is no exception. Watch this. As a cold, this is basically what's the pattern this year, what's the jet stream for this winter. This cold air comes down, and it's bringing that warm air and it's sliding it down. So places as far south as, let's say, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, those are all places that this year are experiencing this frigid air mass. Now, it never comes to the south. All right, it stays up north. Every winter, we get cold temperatures, but we don't get negative temperatures. We don't get single digits half the time. I mean, it's pretty rare in St. Louis. But this frigid air right here, this giant dome, has been our pattern most of the winter this year, and that's why we've had those significant snowmegadons in places like Florida, and actually we had a snowmegadon today in northern Georgia, so shout out to WAVA for dealing with that snowmegadon. Alright, now watch what happens when I'm talking about the warm air coming back up. It's going to come, it's going to raise back up, it's going to be awesome. Here comes our next pattern, our coming pattern. This might be spring's pattern. Our coming pattern and what's going to bring the warm. You see this giant cold air mass that's sticking straight to us. It's still there. Well, watch what happens this week and into next week. This warm air comes surging up, and this frigid air comes back to the northeast, and that warm air comes shining through Missouri, bringing our temperatures in the 40s and 50s by next week. So we can see this giant section of the United States is going to be in the warm to warmer above temperatures for the next 7 to 10 days possibly, and that frigid air is going to be locked up in the middle of Canada by next week. Alright, so first of all, let's go to our tonight's forecast in St. Louis again. One more frigid night. I promise, guys, you are going to get there in spring. Tonight's low is 7 degrees. It's going to be one more frigid night, and then guess what? We're going to warm up gradually. Tomorrow's forecast, 35 degrees with a high tomorrow, with, mostly sunny skies or so, but it's going to be just a tad bit warmer, and that's what I'm expecting for tomorrow's forecast. Our 7-day outlook right now shows, wow, it's basically, you know what, we're going to get warm. Wednesday's forecast, 35 degrees, like I said. Thursday, we warm up to, look, 51 degrees by Thursday. Friday, we're back down to 39 with that Clipper system hanging around, bringing that little bit of a cold front. Saturday, 46. Sunday, 49. Monday, 55 degrees. And Tuesday, 57. Some places can reach even 60 degrees. And now we do have that rain chance on Monday. It's not anything frozen by any means, We're going to keep that rain chance on Monday and Tuesday as well. So thank you for joining us on St. Louis First Forecast. This has been your video forecast for February 11th, 2014. Have a nice night, guys.